Two teenagers board a small plane for what should be a simple flight home. But when the pilot collapses and the controls go dead, these kids have 90 seconds to do the impossible. What happens next will leave you breathless and questioning everything you thought you knew about courage. Before we dive in, what time are you listening? Where are you from? Drop a comment below and tell me. And please, like and subscribe for more videos like this. Marcus wakes up at 6 in the morning. His mum is already in the kitchen making breakfast. Today is the day he flies back home after spending 2 weeks with his uncle in Montana. He is 16 years old. He has never been on a small plane before, only commercial jets. His uncle arranged this flight on a 6-seater aircraft because it is faster and cheaper than driving 8 hours to the nearest airport. Marcus packs his bag. He puts on his jacket. He eats his eggs and toast. His uncle drives him to the small airstrip outside of town. It is not really an airport, just a long stretch of grass with a metal hangar and a window. The plane is already there. A Cessna, white with blue stripes. It looks tiny. Marcus feels nervous, but he does not say anything. The pilot introduces himself. His name is Roger. He is in his 60s. Grey hair, friendly smile. He has been flying for 40 years. He shakes Marcus's hand and tells him not to worry. This will be smoother than any big plane. Then another passenger arrives. A girl around Marcus's age. Her name is Emma. She has blonde hair tied in a ponytail. She is wearing headphones and looks bored. She barely makes eye contact with anyone. She throws her backpack into the plane and climbs in. Marcus gets in next. He sits behind the pilot. Emma sits across from him. There are 4 passenger seats. 2 are empty. Roger does his pre-flight check. He walks around the plane. He checks the wings, the tail, the propeller. Everything looks good. He climbs into the cockpit. He starts the engine. The propeller spins. The plane shakes. Marcus grips his seat. Emma does not even look up from her phone. Roger taxis down the grass strip. The plane picks up speed. The wheels leave the ground. They are flying. The first 20 minutes are fine. The sky is clear. The mountains below look beautiful. Marcus starts to relax. He even takes out his phone to snap a few pictures. Emma is still on her phone. She is texting someone. She has not said a word since they took off. Roger is humming to himself. He checks the instruments. He adjusts the throttle. Everything is routine. Then Marcus notices something. Roger stops humming. He shifts in his seat. He wipes his forehead. Marcus thinks maybe it is just hot in the cockpit. But then Roger reaches for a water bottle and misses. His hand is shaking. He tries again. The bottle falls. Roger slumps forward against the controls. The plane dips sharply to the left. Marcus is thrown against the window. Emma drops her phone. She screams. The plane is diving. Marcus unbuckles his seatbelt. He lunges forward. He grabs Roger by the shoulders. He pulls him back from the controls. Roger is unconscious. His face is pale. His breathing is shallow. Marcus has no idea what is happening. Heart attack, stroke, something bad. The plane is still diving. The altimeter is spinning. They are losing altitude fast. Emma is frozen. Her eyes are wide. Her hands are gripping the seat. Marcus looks at the controls. He has no idea what any of it means. The stick, the throttle. the dozens of dials and switches. He has never flown anything in his life, not even a video game flight simulator, but if he does nothing, they will crash. He reaches for the stick. He pulls it back. The plane levels out slightly, but it is shaking. The engine is roaring. He pulled back too hard. The plane is climbing too steep. It is about to stall. Emma finally snaps out of it. She unbuckles and moves forward. She kneels next to Marcus. What do we do? Marcus does not know. He looks at the radio. He grabs the headset from Roger's head. He puts it on. He presses the button. Hello, can anyone hear me? We need help. Our pilot is unconscious. We do not know how to fly. Static, then a voice. Calm, professional. This is air traffic control. What is your aircraft type and location? Marcus looks around frantically. He sees a GPS screen. He reads off the coordinates. Cessna 172. We are over the mountains. The controller asks for more details. How high are they? What is their airspeed? Marcus looks at the dials. He has no idea which is which. Emma leans over. She points at one. That one says altitude, 4,000 feet. Marcus repeats it into the radio. The controller's voice becomes more urgent. You need to level the aircraft. Push the stick forward gently, very gently. Marcus does it. The nose dips. They start descending again. Too fast. The controller guides him. Now pull back. Just a little. Find the horizon. Keep it steady. Marcus is sweating. His hands are shaking. But he does what the voice says. The plane levels out. They are flying straight. For now. The controller asks about the pilot. Marcus checks. Roger is still breathing, but he is not waking up. They need to land. Soon. The controller tells them the nearest airport is 30 miles east. He will guide them in. But first, they need to maintain altitude and heading. He tells Marcus which dial shows the compass. He tells him to turn the plane slowly to the right. Marcus turns the stick. The plane banks. Too much. They are tilting. Emma grabs his arm. Not so hard. Gentle. Marcus corrects. The plane straightens out. They are heading east now. The controller explains every step. He tells Marcus what each control does. The stick controls pitch and roll. The pedals control yaw. The throttle controls speed. Marcus tries to remember it all, but his mind is racing. Emma is watching the instruments. She calls out the numbers. Altitude, airspeed, heading. She becomes his co-pilot, even though she knows nothing either. They are a team now. Two scared teenagers trying to do the impossible. The mountains below are getting closer. They are still descending. The controller tells them they need to climb. Marcus pushes the throttle forward. The engine roars louder. The nose lifts. They start gaining altitude again. But now they are going too fast. The plane is shaking. The controller tells him to reduce throttle. Marcus pulls it back. The shaking stops. They are learning. Trial and error. Except error means death. The minutes feel like hours. Every small adjustment is a battle. The stick is sensitive. Too much input and the plane reacts violently. Too little and nothing happens. Marcus's arms are aching. His jaw is clenched. Emma keeps talking to him. You are doing great. We are going to make it. Just keep going. Her voice keeps him focused. The controller is still on the radio. He is coordinating with emergency services, ambulances, fire trucks. Everyone is getting ready. He tells Marcus they are 10 miles from the airport. He needs to start descending. Slowly, Marcus pulls back the throttle. The nose drops. They are coming down. But the ground is coming up fast. Too fast. The controller tells him to level out. Marcus pulls the stick back. The descent slows. They are at 2,000 feet now. The airport is visible in the distance. A small strip of concrete surrounded by fields. It looks impossibly small. The controller guides them toward it. He tells Marcus to line up with the runway. Marcus turns the plane. He is sweating so much he can barely see. Emma wipes his forehead with her sleeve. They are lined up now. 1,000 feet. The controller tells him to reduce speed. Marcus pulls the throttle all the way back. The engine quiets. They are gliding now. The plane feels heavy, like it wants to drop. 500 feet. Marcus can see people on the ground. Emergency vehicles. Lights flashing. 300 feet. The runway is rushing toward them. The controller's voice is steady. You are doing perfect. Keep the nose up. Let the plane settle. 200 feet. 100 feet. Marcus pulls the stick back. The nose lifts. The wheels are about to touch. 50 feet. 20 feet. The wheels hit the ground hard. The plane bounces. It lifts back into the air. Marcus panics. Emma yells, "Stay calm. Let it settle." The wheels hit again. This time they stay down. But the plane is going too fast. It is veering to the left. Marcus steps on the right pedal. The plane straightens. He remembers the brakes. He presses the pedals at the top. The plane slows. It is still rolling, still fast, but slowing. The end of the runway is coming. Marcus presses harder. The plane shudders. The tires screech. They are slowing, slowing. They stop. 50 feet from the end of the runway. The engine is still running. Marcus reaches forward and turns the key. The propeller stops. Silence. Emma is crying. Marcus is shaking. They did it. They are alive. Emergency responders rush to the plane. They open the door. They pull Roger out. Paramedics start working on him immediately. They load him onto a stretcher. Marcus and Emma climb out. Their legs barely hold them. Firefighters wrap them in blankets, even though it is not cold. They are in shock. A paramedic checks them over. No injuries. Just adrenaline. The controller who guided them down is on his way. He wants to meet them. Police ask questions. How old are they? Do they have any flight training? Marcus says no, none. They just listened. They just did what they were told. The story hits the news within hours. 2 teenagers land a plane with 0 experience. Roger survives. He had a severe heart attack. If Marcus and Emma had not acted, if they had panicked, if they had given up, all 3 of them would be dead. Roger spends 2 weeks in the hospital. When he recovers, he asks to meet them. They visit him. He cries when he sees them. He tells them they saved his life. He tells them they are the bravest people he has ever met. Marcus does not feel brave. He feels lucky. Lucky that the controller was there. Lucky that the weather was clear. Lucky that they did not freeze up. But Emma disagrees. She tells him that luck is not what kept them calm. It was choice. They chose to try. They chose to trust. They chose not to give up. The aviation community is stunned. Experts analyze the landing. They say it should not have been possible. The margin for error was almost zero. Any mistake, any wrong input, and they would have crashed. But Marcus and Emma made almost no mistakes. They listened. They learned in real time. They adapted. Flight schools start using their story as a teaching example. Not about technique, but about mindset, about staying calm under pressure, about trusting guidance, about working together. Marcus goes back to school. Everyone treats him like a hero. He does not like the attention. He just wants things to be normal. But things are not normal anymore. He sees the world differently now. Every day feels like a gift. Emma feels the same way. She was always quiet, always in her own world. But now she talks more. She smiles more. She realizes how fragile everything is, how quickly it can all disappear. The two of them stay in touch. They text every week. They meet up twice a year. They have a bond that nobody else understands. They faced death together, and they won. Roger retires from flying. His heart cannot take it anymore, but he does not regret his years in the sky. He says his last flight was his most important, because it taught two kids that they are capable of more than they ever imagined. And maybe that is the real lesson here. You do not know what you are capable of until you are tested. You do not know your strength until you have no choice but to be strong. Marcus and Emma were just regular teenagers. They had no skills, no training, no experience. But when the moment came, they did not run. They did not quit. They faced the impossible and they fought. And that is what courage really is. Not the absence of fear, but action in spite of it. So the next time you face something that feels too big, too hard, too impossible, remember these two kids. Remember that they had 90 seconds to decide, and they decided to try. What will you decide when your moment comes? So if you like this video, please like and subscribe for more videos like this.